Trigger warning, this video will call you poor at a whole different level, because some NBA stars burn through millions in ways so outrageous, they make a yacht look like a casual grocery run. And it all starts with Karl Anthony Towns, a man who turned his love for gaming into one of the most expensive toys you've ever heard of. Most of us build a gaming setup on a desk we bought from IKEA. Karl? He dropped over $20,000 on a custom gaming PC. We are talking liquid cooling, lights that could signal an airport runway, and a case that looks like it belongs in a Marvel movie. He didn't just want power, he wanted artistry. It's the kind of machine that could run every game ever made at once, all while brewing your coffee. And if you're wondering, yes, he collaborated with top tech YouTubers to make sure this rig was perfect. For Karl, gaming wasn't a hobby, it was a luxury lifestyle. And honestly, who wouldn't want to see Call of Duty running at 4,000 frames per second? But if Karl was the warm-up, Ja Morant is the main event in the what in the world car department. Ja doesn't just like cars, he collects them like Pokemon cards. His garage includes a Dodge Scat Pack, an Aston Martin Vantage, and a Ferrari Roma. But the crown jewel? A $400,000 Rolls Royce Cullinan. For his 23rd birthday, instead of guarding it like a priceless artifact, he gave the keys to his friends and told them to take it for a joyride. Now, a Cullinan isn't just an SUV. This thing comes with hand-stitched leather, umbrellas hidden in the doors, a starlight ceiling with thousands of fiber optic lights. It's literally a luxury hotel room on wheels. And what did Ja's friends do with it? They returned it scratched and dented. Anyone else would cry into their insurance paperwork, but Ja? He just shrugged it off because he had a backup Rolls Royce. A backup. Most of us can't even afford the floor mats, and this guy has spares for when his friends get too rowdy. Now, Ja's spending is wild, but Luka Doncic takes it to a different dimension. Forget luxury sedans. Luka wanted something fit for an apocalypse, so he picked up a $300,000 Hellfire Apocalypse 6x6. Imagine a tank got together with a monster truck and raised a baby. That's this beast. It has 6 wheels, bulletproof armor, and tires so big you need a ladder just to climb inside. It's the kind of ride you'd expect to see plowing through zombies, not parked at an NBA training facility. And Luka didn't stop there. He owns a pet horny toad, not your usual cute puppy, but a spiky desert lizard. Oh, and let's not forget the custom horse statues he once bought for his teammates, because nothing says team spirit like surprising your buddies with giant art installations. Luka spends like he's part athlete, part Bond villain, and honestly, it's iconic. But while Luka gears up like he's starring in the next Fast and the Furious, Jordan Clarkson was busy transforming himself. When he entered the league, he looked like your friendly neighbor, short hair, clean-cut, approachable. Then, influenced by J.R. Smith, he decided to turn his body into a canvas. Over $20,000 later, Clarkson was covered head to toe in tattoos. Arms, chest, neck, everywhere. One day, he looked like a rookie. The next, he looked like a tattoo convention poster. And while some people trolled him online for the dramatic transformation, Clarkson embraced it. For him, the ink wasn't just about looks. It was about identity, about marking his journey in the NBA. Expensive? Definitely. Permanent? Oh, absolutely. You can't trade in tattoos when the trend changes, but Clarkson's all in. Jason Tatum, on the other hand, has guardrails on his spending, literally. His mom and accountant control his NBA salary with an iron fist, but Jason found a loophole. Endorsements. And boy, did he use them. He bought himself a $350,000 Rolls Royce, the kind of car that doesn't drive, it glides. He added a $500,000 luxury watch to his collection because nothing screams time is money like strapping a small fortune to your wrist. And then came the crown jewel, a $4 million mansion. We're not just talking about a big house. This place has a full indoor basketball court for his son. Imagine being a kid with your own private NBA arena. Tatum might have restrictions, but let's be real, his disciplined lifestyle is still a dream we can't even imagine. And then there's Klay Thompson, whose big splurge came with a touch of soul. After suffering a devastating knee injury, most players would have gone into therapy. Klay? He bought a 37-foot Axopar boat worth over $300,000 and named it the Splash Express. This wasn't just a boat, it was his sanctuary. He used it to fish, dive, relax, and most importantly, to heal. The ocean became his therapist, and the Splash Express was his couch. Other people light candles and meditate when they're stressed. Klay bought a yacht-light water palace and sailed his troubles away. And in fairness, if you're going to rehab an injury, why not do it with the sea breeze in your hair? But let's not pretend Clay cornered the market on unique purchases. Because LeBron James, he bought a $6.5 million watch. And here's the kicker. It didn't even look like it cost that much. No diamonds, no bling, no flashy gold casing, just a simple, plain design. You could wear it to a family barbecue, and no one would even notice. But that's the flex. When you can casually drop millions on something that looks basic, that's power. While most guys show off their wealth with a diamond-dripping Rolex, LeBron basically said, "I am rich enough to spend millions on something that looks ordinary." The confidence in that move is unreal. Still, Tony Parker might have him beat in the absurdity department. Because while some players buy mansions, Parker bought a castle. A real 700-year-old French castle called Chateau Saint Laurent. Price tag? Over $10 million. And it was not just a pretty facade. The place has 22 rooms, a private winery, and underground tunnels. You need a map just to find your bathroom. It's the kind of property where you half expect a ghost night to wander the halls. Parker didn't just buy luxury, he purchased history. Forget an open floor plan, Parker's got hidden dungeons. And just when you think we have reached the peak, Dwyane Wade shows up with one final mic drop. For his 32nd birthday, Wade didn't settle for dinner at a 5-star restaurant. He rented a 130-foot luxury yacht, then customized it top to bottom. 2 dance floors, multiple bars, Wade-themed decals plastered everywhere, and a custom birthday cake that could have fed a small town. The bill? Well over $100,000 for just one night. That's not a party. That's a floating carnival. For Wade, it was not just about celebrating. It was about announcing to the world, "I'm rich enough to turn a boat into my personal nightclub." From Karl Anthony Towns building a $20,000 gaming rig, to Ja Morant casually replacing a Rolls Royce, Luka Doncic driving a zombie-proof tank, and Tony Parker moving into a castle. NBA stars don't just spend money, they warp reality with it. And Dwyane Wade throwing a 6-figure yacht bash, that's the exclamation point on a world we'll never fully understand. So the next time you debate whether to splurge on an Uber ride instead of walking, remember somewhere an NBA star is deciding whether to take the Rolls or the tank for groceries.